Bonjour et bienvenue.
Good morning and welcome to our midday press briefing. It is Friday, the 6th of September. Given that it is Friday, what I will do is give you President Juncker's agenda for next week. So on Monday, President Juncker will have a working lunch with the President-elect of the European Commission, Ms. Ursula von der Leyen. On Wednesday, as usual, the President will chair the College of Commissioners. And on Thursday, the President will open the World Vaccination Summit, which is organised by the Commission together with the WHO. And he's going to do that via a speech here in Brussels.
In terms of announcements for today, firstly, regarding support to the Bahamas following the deadly Hurricane Dorian, the EU is today announcing an initial €500,000 in emergency funding to get aid to the people on the ground. This will provide shelter, water, hygiene and food. The European Union's 24/7 Emergency Response Coordination Centre is in close contact with the authorities of the Bahamas to monitor the situation and channel a further EU assistance following this initial amount. The Commission has deployed a humanitarian expert to conduct a rapid needs assessment, and the EU's emergency Copernicus satellite service is already providing maps of the area. Secondly, today the European Commission has adopted its annual report on the implementation of national Roma integration strategies. So this annual report summarises the most important trends, focusing on the four policy areas of education, employment, health and housing, as well as fighting discrimination and anti-Gypsyism. This year's report highlights that education is the area where Member States are doing the most to promote Roma inclusion. EU Member States have put in place a number of measures in the field, including those to fight early school leaving of Roma children. But the report also shows that a lot of work still remains to be done as concerns integration, with the preliminary results of a Eurobarometer survey on discrimination revealing that 61% of the respondents feel that discrimination against Roma continues to be widespread in their country, and only 19% of respondents think their country's efforts to integrate its Roma population are effective. So you have more information on this report, as well as the report itself, in our daily news and with the team here today. And lastly, before I hand over to you, I wanted to come back on a point that was raised yesterday by some of you on the security checks for journalists entering the Berlaymont each day. First of all, thank you for raising this point with us, which we have immediately followed up on. I can confirm that the fast lane for journalists has been fully reinstated as of today, and I hope you will have found that that was the case when you came in today. It was, in fact, never actually removed, but it does appear that it was not in use yesterday. But we have been reassured that special attention from now on will be paid to ensure that the fast lane is operational every single day. And lastly, on how the security checks are carried out, which was the other point that was raised here yesterday. I'm not going to go into the details of exactly how we carry out security checks on live television for reasons you can imagine, but I'm of course happy to talk them through with you afterwards and bilaterally. These measures, the way that we carry out these checks, have not in fact changed, but we will be working to improve the informative signposts that are present at the security checks, and we will also be informing API exactly of the nature of these checks. So I hope that this kind of puts that matter to bed and that we can all move on, perhaps to the canteen, as I'm also happy to announce, hopefully to James's delight, that today they will be serving buffalo chicken leg. All that's standing between you and that buffalo chicken is your question, so we'll get on with them. We'll start here.